What's the biggest fuck up you ever made that was fixed before anyone knew about it? I was at home preparing a huge cake for my dad's Veterans Day gathering, when about 10 minutes before everyone arrived, disaster struck. I went to taste the cake, and the moment that cake made contact with my taste buds, I spat it out like an inexperienced 16-year-old. The taste was disgusting, and I instantly started chugging water like a dehydrated whale in a futile attempt to save myself. It was then, wheezing and gasping for air, that I realized I had made not just one, but two fatal mistakes. Instead of using 2 pounds of sugar, I had used 2 pounds of salt, and instead of regular milk, I had used goat's milk that was a whole month gone off. You may be wondering how come I didn't taste it and realize sooner? Well, the universe must have forsaken me, because that very morning I had come down with a severe case of seasonal allergies, preventing me from tasting or smelling even the strongest of entities. I remember sitting there on that marble floor. My feet were hurting from standing all day in my 6-inch high heels, and I was bawling my eyes out. To top it off, my phone pinged, and it was a text from my dad with a picture of him and his veteran best friend. "Be there in 5, honey. Can't wait to have the cake, you're the best." I wanted to scream and cry even more, but at that moment something came over me, and I decided I had no choice but to put my big girl pants on. And so I wiped my tears, got changed into a clean outfit, I kept my heels on. This is important. And when my dad's friends came over, I greeted them at the door. They came in all smiles, telling me they're so excited for the cake, especially given that I was in culinary school. We started talking, and a few minutes later I went to grab the cake to serve. This was it. This was my moment to shine. I began walking with the cake in my hand, and right before I reached them, I summoned all my acting abilities. In one swift motion, I misplaced my 6-inch heels, twisted my ankle, yelped in pain, fell face first onto the floor, and splattered the cake all over the ground. It worked perfectly. My dad rushed around me to ask if I was okay, and I started fake crying, telling my dad and his friend I was so sorry. I cried that I admired them for their service and that I felt like a failure. I cried so hard I could tell my dad's friends started feeling uncomfortable, and my dad felt so bad for me that he didn't even get mad. He just wiped the cake off his service pants, told me it was okay, and gave me money to head down to the local bakery to pick up a cake.